What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to talk about shootings at malls and stuff like that. Because this morning I woke up to a shooting at a mall nearby. And when you go to that mall, everywhere it says, "We ban firearms on this premises." Do I listen to that sign? No, because that is not state law. Learn state laws, talk to people who know state laws, read into your state laws, learn your rights. These signs have to be a certain height, they have to be a certain dimension, and they have to be visible. Now, these signs they do meet all the criteria, but technically malls like this are landlords. They can't rule for the whole entire mall because they are leasing out stores, which would prevent business to certain stores that would allow people to carry firearms in. For instance, if I saw that sign and I'm like, I'm not going in this mall because I don't want something to pop off and I get hurt or my kids get hurt or my family gets hurt, so I'm not even going to come. That causes loss of business, loss of money, loss of profit for all these little stores that are being rented their space. Now, I don't listen to those signs because they're not state law. Basically, they're just trying to scare you away. And then this is what happens. Another shooting. And actually, a couple months ago, my wife was there the day before another shooting happened. So it's like, how could you ever justify putting up those signs? Because the security there aren't armed. It's sad. It's like, who is going to save my children? Who's going to save my family if a shooting pops off? For instance, we stayed in a really nice hotel after our wedding, and it was at that mall. And I saw those signs, and I'm like, how can they tell you that? And then I started calling around and really learning law when it comes to firearms, and I found out that those signs literally mean nothing. Now, if you're in a store and they see that you're carrying somehow, which if you're carrying concealed, no one would know anyways, but if you're in that store, they literally have to ask you to leave. They can't call the police. Actually, my FFL was in a Bed Bath & Beyond or something like that, and they somehow saw that he was carrying. They saw him printing or something like that. And instead of telling him, you got to go. First of all, if you're shopping at Bed Bath & Beyond, maybe getting soap for your wife or whatever, and you're carrying, you know that that's a legal firearm owner. He's not pulling it out and doing anything with it. So why would you call the police? But obviously we know it's an anti-2A person that called the police. The police showed up and actually got mad at the store. They said, you can't call us for this. He's a legal firearm owner. There's no rules, and you don't have a sign up at your store. But even if you don't have a sign, they can legally ask you to leave, and you have to listen. But if you don't listen and you stay around, that's when they can call the police, and you'll get like a $25 ticket or a fine. You won't lose your firearm rights or anything like that. And what I always tell people is, it is worth taking the fine. It is worth stuff like that. It is worth having them call the police just for the police to tell them they're wrong for your safety. Because here's the thing. Those people don't care if something happens and something happens to your family or your kids. They don't. And let's just be real. I bring my firearm every single where I go unless there's a metal detector. Also, and obviously there's rules when it comes to federal buildings and stuff like that, but I'm never there. So when I went to Baby Shark, it was in a bad area, and I carried. When we get up, we're going to the entrance, and I'm looking around, I'm like, the security has no firearms. They have no weapons. If someone busts in and just starts a shooting, who's going to help everyone? We're all sitting ducks. Literally, if you try and charge the person, they're just going to drop you. Literally, you just got to cover your kid at that point and try and get out of there. But I was looking around, I'm like, this security looks so incompetent. They don't have any firearms. They literally have like a baton and like a thing of mace. Like, we're done for. But anyways, I get up to the entrance where we give them our tickets and metal detectors. And I wanted to ask, we're there for my kids, so obviously I had to go run all the way back to the parking lot and put my firearm away. But I'm like, this is just terrible. It's breaking two rules of mine. Always carrying a firearm wherever I go. And then the second one is never leaving a firearm in the vehicle. Now, obviously, I'm just taking my kid. So first of all, if you're at a metal detector and you get through with your firearm, that's not going to happen. We know this. You're going to get in trouble. They're going to call the police, whatever it is. They're going to kick you out. So I didn't want to cause a big uproar at a children's event for my kids. So, you just got to roll with the punches and try and... I thought for sure there'd be no metal detectors, but that's how it is where I was. Most downtown areas that are Democrat, anti-2A, they're going to have metal detectors there. They're going to try and weed you out. But yeah, when a shooting like this happens, then they complain about firearms when there could have been a civilian nearby that could have dropped a person. Let's just be real. But anyways, thanks for watching.